Colin Parker's here. He went off to the movies over the weekend and saw a movie that I was dying to see, just didn't get a chance, and that is
X-Men.
The X-Men
First Class.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Number one in the box office this weekend.
Yeah, $57 million or something like that. It was crazy, yeah. So not as good as the original X-Men, money-wise, but still number one.
Still did pretty good.
Yeah.
Good movie?
Very good movie.
Good.
And you know, I'm not really a comic booky superhero-y kind of guy, but I think it's my favorite among the superhero movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
It was really, really good. Basically, it's you know, going back, I don't know, 30, 40 years, I guess, to when they were
When
young.
it all started.
Yeah. And it kind of traces. It actually opens the same way the original X-Men opens, with the concentration camp and Magneto and bending the gates.
Okay.
You know, as his mom is dragged away and that kind of thing. Same exact opening, different actors,
cool.
but you know, it was
right,
kind of cool.
Right. Oh, neat.
But in this one, the bad guy Sebastian Shaw, who's played by Kevin Bacon, happens to be watching and brings in young Eric, who becomes Magneto.
Right.
And you know, kind of tries to get his powers for his own evil. You know, and then we flash forward to 1962. So the whole thing, most of the whole thing is set against the backdrop of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh,
so it's 1962, and it's really fun to just. Michael Fassbender plays Magneto, and then James McAvoy plays Patrick Stewart's role, Charles Xavier.
Okay.
And it just kind of traces the whole evolution of how all the mutants came together, and how, you know, some were good and some were bad, and
You know what it reminds me of? Remember they had Young Sherlock Holmes a long time ago?
Yep.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see the beginning.
Well,
It was
I kind of started out my review talking about, you know, how, you know, going back to see Phantom Menace, as terrible as Phantom Menace was, it was kind of
Right.
neat to see Darth
The
Vader.
beginning,
kind of growing up.
yes,
And then Indiana
yes.
Jones and the Last Crusade, I remember with
That's right, yeah.
with River Phoenix playing the young Indiana Jones at the
Yes,
beginning of that one.
yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of neat after you know the character so well to go back and
Let's get a
and
little
kinda see where they
backstory
came
on it.
from.
Yeah, exactly.
it was really fun. Lots of really good action, really funny. Some really funny moments in it. Some great one-liners. Matthew Vaughn directed it. He directed that superhero movie from a little over a year ago with the expletive in the title that I can't mention. But
Okay. Is it
was
something
just- it
that
was
would
just really
appeal to everybody? Everybody would. This would appeal to moms, kids, dads, everybody. Definitely dads, I think.
my wife saw it and she liked it.
She liked it? Okay.
I think it kind of skews a little older. You know, maybe
10 up?
kind of tweenish,
Okay.
somewhere in there. Yeah, I mean, there's some violent images in it. I mean, there's no real blood or anything, but there's some violent. You know, there's some deaths and that kind of stuff.
So for young kids,
typical superhero.
You
but,
probably want to keep your young kids out of that, but there's
I
plenty of
think,
things to see. For
yeah,
them.
and you don't really need to be that well versed in the X-Men universe either to enjoy it. I mean, don't feel like, oh my gosh, I've missed.
I don't know the story.
1, 2, and 3 and Wolverine. I don't really want to, go back and. But you don't really need
don't
to.
have to.
I think you'll be. It's a very solid movie in its own right. I really liked it a lot. Yeah.
And you know what? I think they've Hollywood has come up with that science of not having to explain the story.
Yeah.
They recreate it.
Yeah.
And make it entertaining on its own.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you know, some of these characters are just. I mean, everybody knows who Wolverine is and that kind of thing. And,
Yeah.
And as long as you know that, you know, one guy turns good and one turns bad, and you can kind of see where their paths diverge in the wood,
Right.
if you will. You know, it was really neat. It was Fassbender was fantastic as Magneto. He was great.
Cool.
And McAvoy was really good too as Xavier. And then Jennifer Lawrence from Winter's Bone, and she's going to be Katniss in the Hunger Games next year.
Yeah.
She's Mystique. She's the Blue Lizard.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
one. So
I
she's
saw
in
her
it,
changing in the commercials. I was like, wow, that looks really cool.
And Kevin Bacon was fantastic. He's just I miss him so
Yeah.
much sometimes, you know, because I grew up with Footloose.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But he was just so delightfully evil in this. It was really fun. Yeah.
Cool. So we'll go off to the movies. Is it at the TRX still? Is it still playing
Yes.
at the TRX?
Yeah, it'll be at the T-Rex at least until Friday.
Okay.
And Super 8 opens on Friday, so I don't know if that'll be in the T-Rex or not, but it'll at least be there through
Place to see a
Thursday
movie.
night. So
T-Rex at the Essex Cinemas. Man, you got to see a movie there.
1, 4, 7, and 9:45 tonight.
Like it.
That's
There you
the
go.
T-Rex. There you go.
And
Go
Kung
see
Fu
it.
Panda. We didn't talk about Kung Fu Panda because we were off last week, but
Yes.
very good. I think it's actually even a little better than the original.
All
Wow.
right. Good.
And Vanessa went and saw it and made it through it. So I mean you're kind of, you know, younger kids can do it too. It's a little
They can
dark,
still- okay.
a little serious,
Yeah.
and a little intense in parts, but
good.
a lot of fun on that.
They'll
one.
catch it.
Yeah.
The kids,
yeah.
You know, if your kid is very
Yeah.
precocious like yours is, she'll catch it.
Exactly.
She understands
Yeah.
it. All right, very good. Read Colin's review at EssexCinemas.com.
Yep. And then on the Facebook pages for Essex Cinemas and Cumberland 12.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.